And I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, for the rest of my life? Like, for the rest of my life, am I actually going to do this and accept that this is my reality? Hey, it's Courtney. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to talk to you about a few accumulation of moments that I didn't want to work my 9 to 5 anymore. People always ask me, you know, how did you know? Like, was there an exact moment that you didn't want to work, you know, in a clinic anymore, or like your 9 to 5, which was my clinic job at the time? People ask me that all the time. They're like, how did you know that like it just wasn't for you anymore? And I wish there was a like one blanket moment in time where I was like, yeah, screw that. Like, I'm done, and just like quit and walked out. Like, but there wasn't like an exact moment of time that did that. Or, you know, I thought that. It was like a series of events and subtle shifts in my mindset and what I wanted, and realizing that like if I was going to work this 9 to 5 the rest of my life, I was going to be stuck working for somebody else and living my life like on their timeline and asking permission and basically planning my life around the fact that I still had to go to work Monday through Friday, and I had all these patients that needed to be seen. And if I were to go out of town or leave for a month, like, who's taking care of those patients? And not to mention, even if I wanted to leave for a month, which my boyfriend and I have gone to Europe for 3.5 weeks, who was going to see my patients? And how was I going to have enough PTO time to be able to even go to Europe for 3.5 months or 3.5 weeks and be okay with that? And I don't think I was going to have enough PTO, or I was just going to take time off and not get paid for it, which was, you know, that's really, really common too. But also, like, I don't think my job would have let me. They probably would have been like short-term disability or short-term leave, or fired me, honestly. I really just don't think that that would have been possible. So I'm going to take you through my journey today, and we're going to just be real and honest and transparent about the whole process. Because like I said, there wasn't a specific event in time, there was just a series of events. And so I'm going to share with you a few series events of those moments in time. And yeah, so let's get into it. Honestly, I feel like it all started when I had to wake up every single day at 4:15 in the morning. I didn't have to. Let me start by saying that. I chose to wake up that early because that was the only time that I had to be able to get to the gym and work out. Otherwise, I was going to spend every single weekend and my nights in the gym, because obviously my health is really important to me. I'm a physical therapist. I have to practice what I preach. So working out there was no other option. And if I was going to be treating patients from 8 to 6, Monday through Friday, or 4/10s, you know, 8 to 8 or whatever with lunch breaks, like, I had to get to the gym in the morning to be able to spend time for myself and then get home, walk my dog, make my breakfast, and then get ready and then go to work. So it was the daily freaking grind of waking up to an alarm that literally killed me every day, day in and day out. And there's something to be said about waking up at 5 a.m. for yourself and waking up at 5 a.m. for another person. I wake up at 5 a.m. now today because I get to, and I don't have to. It's a choice that I make because it's just one of those choices that I know that I need to get my stuff done for the day. And I feel good doing it. And it's not because, oh, I got to wake up by 5 a.m. because I have to get to the gym so I can get to work by 7 a.m., do my notes from the night before, and then start treating patients at 8 a.m. Like, there's a difference in that. And that was one of the moments that I started really, like, realizing, like, I don't want to do this forever. And that's when I started realizing, like, there was a disconnect between, like, my life and what I really, really wanted for my life and the job that I went 7 years to school and worked so hard for. Like, that disconnect, like, slowly ate at me for over 2 years. Or as this journey started unfolding, that started eating at me day in and day out. Like, I was exhausted, I was tired, I would go to work all day, I'd be so annoyed with patients throughout the day because I saw so many patients, and then I would come home and sit on the couch like a zombie because I had literally nothing left inside of me to give to do anything outside of work. Really. Like, I didn't have any passions. Like, I barely made friendships because the idea of, like, going and doing things to mingle and make friends, like, that was exhausting. Like, I had no energy left over to do that. So there was a point in time when I literally was so burnt out of doing that cycle, like wake up super, super early, go to the gym, go to work, go to bed, like, and then repeat. And I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, for the rest of my life? Like, for the rest of my life, am I actually going to do this and accept that this is my reality? And that's when it started to snowball. Outside of work, I used to be really social. I used to do a lot of things with a lot of people. And when I realized that I was starting to withdraw from those activities that I really like to do, and some people might be like, well, that's called depression. And I'm like, well, where did that depression come from? Probably from living the life that I was living, working a 9-to-5 for somebody else, building somebody else's dream $1 million life. And I was doing that over and over and over again. Meanwhile, I just went to 7 years of school. Now I have some student loan debt. I wasn't making enough money for the amount of hours I was working. And so I was like, literally like, screw this. Like, this sucks. Like, I don't want to live the rest of my life until I'm 65 and I retire in doing this. Like, it literally like ate at me every single day, and it affected my relationships. It affected my friendships. It affected my health. Like, my health went downhill. Like, I literally was so fatigued all the time. My hormones got messed up. My even menstrual cycle was all messed up. I literally was depressed. I had to start seeing a counselor, and they were talking to me about like burnout. And I was like, okay, well, why am I burnt out? I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to work every day. And so all of this just like started to transpire, and I noticed that it was affecting way too many areas of my life for me to just like keep doing it, right? And so, like I said, there wasn't like some dramatic epiphany that I had. There was no breaking point. Like, this is literally just a growing awareness of that I needed something different. So at that time, that's when I started planning, and I started saving my money, and I started realizing that like, hey, if I can build somebody else's dream in the physical therapy world, why can't I just build my own dream? Why can't I start my own company? Why can't I do what I want to be able to do and work with people that I wanted to work with and create my ideal avatar and my ideal company? And that's when everything like really just changed for me. And let me just start by saying, like, this wasn't an easy process. This wasn't an easy decision. Like, I'm not here to sit on the other side of it and be like, you guys, like, you all need to do this. This was so easy. Like, just make the mindset shift, like flip the switch in your mind, because that's definitely not what I'm saying. Like, it's actually really, really hard. And it was actually really scary. And I just had to take a leap of faith and a leap of investment to put all the eggs in one basket and bet on myself, because I was like, if I don't bet on myself now when I'm like 27 years old, I don't have a lot to lose, right? Like, I didn't have a family. I wasn't married. I didn't have any kids, just me and my dog. Like, I didn't have a bunch of responsibilities to lose. So I was like, I better do it now when I don't have a lot to lose than 10 years from now and going through this cycle of burnout for another 10 freaking years and then start. Like, and when I would have way more to lose, right? Like, and so for the longest time, like, and when I got started, I realized that like I could do it, even though it was really scary, even though it was really hard, even though it was a big risk, all of these things that like everybody and their mom would convince you to not start your own business. Like, I did that. I took a bet on myself. I didn't console anybody. I didn't ask for permission. I just did it because I knew that I wanted more for myself. And sometimes it looks like that. Sometimes it means not getting the green light from other people. So if like you're watching this and you're like, I need permission, or you feel like you need permission, there's someone that you need to like talk to about this, like maybe have a consultation with somebody, or like find a mentor to help you make this decision. Like, sometimes it can't be like that. Sometimes like these decisions have to really, really come from within, and you have to decide like for yourself, like, what do you truly, truly want? Like, is that lifestyle something that you really do want to live out? Is that something you can sustain, right? Like, this lifestyle that I chose was a lifestyle that I literally was kind of like forced to choose because I was so unhappy. I was unhealthy. I weighed the most amount of weight that I ever weighed in my life. I was eating like crap. I was stressed out of my mind. I was depressed. I was in a toxic relationship. Like, all of these things that I felt and I had and I experienced was the driving force for me to make the decision and make the jump. And sometimes it doesn't need to be that drastic. It doesn't need to be that serious. Like, these things like can happen over time too. Like, and all this to say, like, you don't need permission. You don't need a crazy experience. You don't need a crazy epiphany. You don't need a series of breaking points. Maybe you just need a little push. Maybe you just need to watch this video and be like, yes, I need to do that for myself. Like whatever the reason is that you feel called to start your own thing, and it's just like kind of eating at you inside, that like the life that you're living right now is just the life that you do not want for day in and day out, clocking in, clocking out until you're 65 years old and can take that retirement check, then I'm glad that you're here, because that's what my channel is about. That's what I'm going to be yapping about. It's going to be talking about just entrepreneurship and the ups and the downs and the scary parts, and just taking a chance on yourself. So if you're here, I'm excited, and I'm excited to be here as well. So if you're watching this video this far, I'm just excited to say that I finally feel aligned in my life. I feel happy. I feel joyful. I feel excited to wake up every single day. And all of that to say, like, I'm here now, but like I haven't always been here too. Like obviously there's a lot of ups, there's downs, there's anxiety, there's stress, there's the fear, there's the unknown, there's so many things. But like for the first time in my life, I feel aligned of where I'm supposed to go, who I'm supposed to be, and what I'm supposed to be doing. And that feeling, I can't even describe that feeling, but like it is the best feeling in the world. To know that God put you on this earth to serve one mission only. And He gave you the talents, the skill set, the mindset, the opportunities to go and fulfill that one mission that He called you to do. And I think that I'm finally doing that mission. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm doing the things that I'm doing and now sharing my journey, because I want others to also experience that same alignment and that same passion and excitement and joy and fulfillment that you also can experience yourself. So yeah, thanks for watching my video today. And if you ever have any questions or comments or concerns about anything that I've done or where I'm at today, I'm super excited to share. So just drop a comment below and make sure you subscribe to watch my next video.